Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. You've heard it 1,000 times, small actions, big results. Compounding is supposed to change your life. But if you've been doing the work and seeing nothing, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to break down the real reasons why compounding might be failing you, and what you can do starting today to flip the script. Most people quit right before the magic happens, but once you understand how compounding actually works, you'll never look at progress the same way again. So why isn't it working for you? Why do you read about people who invest a modest amount and end up millionaires, but when you try, you feel stuck? Why does it seem like everyone else is leveling up in life while your consistent efforts lead to marginal gains at best? Let's explore the subtle but critical reasons why compounding might not be delivering the life-changing results you're hoping for. 1. You're misunderstanding the nature of compounding. At first glance, compounding seems like magic. Put in a little effort or money, and eventually, it turns into something enormous. But what most people fail to understand is this: compounding doesn't look like much in the beginning. In fact, it barely looks like anything at all. Consider this simple example. If you improve yourself just 1% every day for a year, you'll be 37 times better at the end of the year. Not 365% better. But that's not how your brain expects progress to work. We're wired to see progress linearly. Do more, get more. But compounding is exponential. It's painfully slow at first, then sudden and explosive, if you stick with it. Author James Clear, in Atomic Habits, talks about the valley of disappointment. This is the period where you're putting in the work, but seeing almost no results. You're saving money, but the interest earned is cents. You're going to the gym, but your body looks the same. You're practicing your guitar, but still sound like a beginner. 2. Your inconsistent consistency is the fuel of compounding. Miss it, and you might as well be starting over each time. Let's say you invest $100 a month for 10 years. That adds up to $12,000 invested. But thanks to compounding interest, the total might grow to $16,000, $18,000, or even more, depending on your rate of return. Now imagine if you skipped every third month. Suddenly, not only have you put in less money, but the compounding engine had to keep stopping and restarting. It's the same with habits. If you go to the gym for 2 weeks, then take a week off, then go again, then get sick and stop, it feels like you're always beginning again. That's because you are. Compounding thrives on momentum. It's not the effort of one huge day that pays off, but the unbroken chain of small days. Most people overvalue intensity and undervalue consistency. But success isn't about doing the hard thing once, it's about doing the simple thing consistently. 3. You started too late or with too little. There's a brutal truth about compounding. It rewards the early. The earlier you start, the more time your small actions have to grow. Start investing at 20, and you can become a millionaire by 60 with relatively modest monthly contributions. Start at 40, and you'll have to invest significantly more for the same result, or take on more risk. This applies outside of money too. Want to be fluent in Spanish? Starting at 16 will get you there much faster than starting at 36, because you'll have more time to forget, relearn, practice, and build confidence. Want to get in shape? It's easier to build and maintain muscle in your 20s and 30s than your 60s. That said, the other mistake is starting with too little. If you're only putting away $10 a month into investments, or practicing a skill for 5 minutes once a week, the base is too small to grow meaningfully, even over a long time. 4. You're compounding the wrong things. Here's a dangerous thought. Compounding always works, but not always in your favor. If you're consistently investing in bad assets, you'll consistently lose money. If you're eating slightly worse every day, your health is deteriorating, just slowly. If you're slightly dishonest in your business deals, your reputation is eroding, bit by bit. Compounding works with whatever you feed it. That's why input quality matters. You can be highly disciplined and still end up nowhere, if you're focused on the wrong things. 5. You're not getting feedback or adjusting. Let's say you want to learn to draw. You decide to draw for 30 minutes every day for a year. That's solid. But what if you never reflect on your work? Never study technique? Never ask for feedback? At best, you'll get good at drawing the wrong way. Compounding without feedback is just repetition. You're not improving, you're just reinforcing patterns. That's why compounding must include review. You need mechanisms that help you course correct and sharpen your growth. This is where a lot of people stall. They're putting in the time, but not improving because they're not adjusting. 6. You quit right before it works. This one hurts the most. Many people are right there, at the edge of breakthrough, and they stop. It's like mining for gold, digging for years, and walking away inches from the treasure. Seth Godin calls this the dip. It's the hard, boring, emotionally draining middle between starting and succeeding. It feels like failure. It tests your patience, faith, and commitment. But it's also where most of the rewards are waiting, if you push through. The danger of quitting early is you never know how close you were. The person who gets to reap the rewards isn't always the most talented. They're the one who didn't stop. You need a new relationship with time if you've made it this far. Maybe you're realizing the truth. Compounding is working for you, just not in the way you hoped. Maybe it's working on your procrastination, your distractions, your bad habits. Maybe it's working against you. But that can change. Right now. The magic of compounding is that it's always active, and you can choose where it flows. Small steps, better inputs, consistent effort, regular review, and a long enough time horizon. That's the formula. You don't need massive action. You need aligned, persistent action. If this hit home for you, don't just keep scrolling. Compounding can change your life if you change your approach. Like the video, drop a comment with what you're compounding right now, and don't forget to subscribe for more strategies on long-term growth and mindset. And remember, small actions don't stay small forever if you let them live long enough to grow. See you in the next one.